In this video I'm going to show you some of the most commonly used reports. Okay, so just take you a few of the ones that you're probably going to spend as an administrator a lot of your time on or in. Okay, so the first one I'm going to show you is the real-time wallboard. Okay, so we have a real-time report here, so you can select by campaign. Okay, so if we have a view on this one here, 205, we can see that we've got me logged in and paused in tech support at the moment. So this is a standard real-time wallboard. This is quite handy for checking you've got leads in the hopper, how many dialable leads you've got, what dial rate that you're dialing at, how many calls you've made today, how many dropped, how many answered, and therefore what your drop percentage rate is, the method in which you're dialing, which types of leads you're able to dial, and the order in which you're dialing your data. Okay, so that's quite a useful one. We had calls from a lot of our clients for more information, like they wanted to know how many sales each person had made, in real time. So we generated a custom real-time report which looks something like this. Okay, so you can see it's got the current status, and it's got some stats for them as well, like average and total talk times, number of calls taken, human contacts, contact ratios, and all that good stuff. Okay, so we can customize this for a small fee to a degree to get it exactly how you want it to look. Okay, so that's the real-time wallboards. Okay, if we go back to our historical reports now, another useful one is the agent performance detail report. Okay, so if we just report on our activity today, so today's date range, campaign 205, and then we'll just do a catch-all because we haven't got much to report on here. So we can see that just agent 251 was logged in today. He made 7 calls, was logged in for a total of 28 minutes and 7 seconds, with a pause time total of 16 minutes and 41. And a pause average of 2 minutes and 23 seconds. Wait time total of 4 minutes and 8 seconds, with a wait average of 35 seconds between calls. Talk time totals, talk average, dispo time, which is the time they take to disposition the call, and dispo average. Dead time is basically when the other person hangs up but the agent doesn't. Okay, so there shouldn't be too much of that. So we've got 2 minutes and 48 total of that, and an average dead time of 24 seconds. If that were me managing a call centre, I'd be asking questions around that. And then we can see we've got we made 1 sale, 5 no answers, and one declined sale. So there's our call outcome codes. If we want to drill down into more detail there, we can click on the ID 251, and that will tell you basically log in and log out times, each of the status they dispositioned as, how many of them, and how much time in total they spent in each of those dispositions. Okay, and we can see the outbound calls for this time period, so the date and time of the call, the duration in seconds, the outcome code of that call, the phone number dialed, which campaign they were working from, which list ID that data came from, and then you'll see that it gives each call a unique lead ID number. Okay, so if we wanted to have a look at the details for that sale, we could just click on this lead here, and then it gives us all of our name and address details, the outcome code of the call. We've got some custom fields set up, so how do we populated that, which we have in this state. In this instance, we can see what the nature of the sale was. Okay, and then we can see if there'd been any other calls to this lead previously, they'd also be listed here. And then we've also got right at the bottom here, we've got the call recording for this lead. So if I click on that, that'll just bring up my default media player, which in this instance is Windows Media Player. And I can just click on that, open it up, and listen back to my call recording.
Capture form. We've just come up.
There we go. So there's that. So that is the agent performance detail report. Okay, so that's quite a useful one. Another useful one is the outbound calling report. So if you just want a sort of summary of what's happened today, You can either select all campaigns or specific campaign. I'll just click on our one that we've been using today, all lists, and then press submit. So we can see a total of 7 calls placed today with an average call length, how many human answers we had, how many drops, how many no answers, and the call hang up reasons, and the stats. So this is a nice kind of summary of outbound calling for this time period, which is today basically in this instance. Okay, so that's quite a useful one. And I'll do an export calls report, which is here, and this is good. So let's say, for example, we want to pull off all of our sales for the week. Okay, so I'll just do Monday to Wednesday. I'll just do my campaign 205. I didn't have any inbound calls on this instance, so I'll just do a list all, and then I'll just want to pull out my sales, so I'll just click on sale, and then if I want to include my custom fields, which I do, and if I want to include my call recording links, I can put that in there and press submit. Okay, and then it's basically exported to a text tab limited. So we see we've made 3 sales. Okay, so this is in Notepad. I can quite easily open this from Excel if I wanted to, but we can see, I think it's just off your screen, but there's 3 sales there. And if you want to have a look at the details, you can see that we've got the call recording link here, so I could copy and paste that into a browser and it would play back the call recording. And you can also see we've got all of our custom fields here that I took down whilst on the call. Okay, so that is the export calls report. Very useful if you want to just pull off specific details of certain types of calls, or you can just do a catch-all with all statuses, press submit again, and this time it'll have a lot more calls in there. There we go. Okay, so that's the export calls report. So they're probably the main reports you're going to find yourself using as a sort of administrator or call center advisor. Thanks for watching.